Hello, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to do a reading for a group of people that it really feels that like you're linking yourself up a lot with your own inner child. It feels that you have chosen to awaken your purpose in this lifetime, and that comes with just a lot of love. I feel like you're moving towards really stepping into that place of love and purpose and just a lot of fulfillment. And I'm hearing also exploration and expansion as well, so learning new things and just understanding more. And it really is that kind of growth energy that I'm picking up on here. But I feel like up until this point, you have been through it. It's been tough, it's been difficult, but you've been heavily guided is also what I'm feeling. When I started to prepare to do this reading, I started getting a lot of synchronicities. These angel numbers. I saw 1010, and it was just the feeling of being guided, but also the feeling of being tested. Right before I wanted to do this reading, there were kind of some spirits that came knocking, and they came into my subconscious, and they were like, we can help you achieve success. Just like bond yourself to us, and you will have whatever you dream of. And then I was like, okay, I only want what's for the highest good of all. So is that in alignment with what you can offer? And then they were like, no, fuck you, very aggressive spirits. And then I was like, okay, so it's not going to be I'm not going to make an agreement. And so I feel like maybe you have also been going through a lot of this testing, energies from the old matrix coming into your subconscious, maybe even coming to you through other people. I also feel that for a lot of you, that people that aren't aware what they are bonded to, you know what I mean? People that are not taking ownership of their own shadow yet. They don't know that they are being driven by these shadow spirits because it's like their mind is kind of too weak to acknowledge. They're too fearful to see the truth of what drives them, because if they would, then they would have to stop, and stand still, and that would just bring up a lot of fear for a lot of people. And so I feel most people, a lot of people still that aren't on the spiritual journey, that aren't actively doing shadow work, it's like they're not aware what drives their ship. And so you may have experienced people like this coming to you, trying to kind of like get in past your walls and hold you back. That's what it is. It's like holding you back, because it's almost like you've committed yourself to this new beginning where it's like the child is meant to be allowed to be free, and really explore its potentials to the fullest, is what I'm hearing. But a lot of people are so afraid of this because, like I said, it would require everything to come to a halt, as we really investigate what is in alignment with the new and what is not. What do we have to let go of? And a lot of the things that we would have to let go of, it just feels like it's centered around like greed, getting what we want, but not really caring about the highest good of all, just caring about getting what we want, basically. So that's kind of what I'm feeling for this timeline, that you're kind of like a pure soul, and it's almost like you've proved yourself now. I feel, if this resonates, you're at the level where you have proved yourself, and you're just continuing to prove yourself, because now you're starting to understand that you've basically been transmuting. You've been attacked by the entire shadow of the collective. That's what it feels like. It feels like you've actually been swallowed by the shadow of the collective for so long, but you didn't give up. You just continued to link yourself up to your highest timeline. Underneath the deck is the Holy Mountain. So this might actually be related to your 10th house. Like I said, purpose, it's that energy of Capricorn. So you maybe check what you have in your 10th house, or maybe check like where you have Capricorn in your chart. That might be significant. But I'm also getting Aquarius for a lot of you. Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, maybe important like houses or signs. So let's see here if we can get a card. I'm pulling from the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck. I'm feeling this wave of relief coming, and also opening, like crying, these kinds of things, healing. Oh yeah, and I'm also seeing like the eagle soaring above, kind of this mountain. So it's like I feel like you're moving into developing some new aspects within your upper heart chakra or even throat chakra. These are aspects that are going to help you to see so much clearer. You're going to start to understand, oh yeah, wow, so much now. Underneath the deck was the curse. So definitely with the hand here, something in regards to that throat chakra. It feels like up until this point, the shadow of the collective might have been able to take your voice away. Like it's like you felt too much spiritual attacks, and it feels like you may not have been completely, it's like you hadn't gone through all of the tests to prove your, I'm hearing innocence, and I'm hearing like a child, like to prove that your heart was golden. I don't know, I'm wearing a golden heart here. I've been feeling guided to wear it lately, so I don't know why. And it's something with the throat, I'm not sure. So it's almost like your throat chakra for this group of people will open when you have proven your golden heart. It's like when you're committed to your golden heart, to your inner child, and that dream of kind of innocence, and you've proven it over and over again during these attacks, these spiritual attacks, that you haven't fallen for, you know, the other aspects that of course we all have, our greed, our fear. We all feel these things, but it's like, I feel that for this group of people that I'm channeling now, it's like their light is still stronger. Like they have a shadow, of course, we all do, but it's like their light is still stronger. Yeah, this actually makes me want to cry a little bit, because now I got the beauty way and the circle. And so this did come through in the last reading I did, didn't it? Or no, it was 2 readings ago, I think. I feel like what you're doing, what this group is doing, is really developing humanity, because the truth is that not a lot of people are actually in their full humanity yet, because their fuel is kind of like these lower vibrations. It's like not taking the highest good of all into account. It's like greed overrides the fact that, you know, maybe what you're doing isn't really good for your health, or it isn't really good for the environment, or it isn't really good for, I don't know, something in your life that you're saying, oh no, I'll deal with that later. Once I've achieved this thing, that's when I'll come back to that and kind of rectify it. That is actually, I'm getting that is not true humanity. That's not actually the full, we're not in our full light when we're like falling for this trap, is what I'm hearing. And so I feel like for this group of people, you've kind of stepped out of that completely, and it's required a lot of work. Again, most people don't have the stamina to do this work, I'm feeling, because I'm feeling this feeling of just being so completely drained and also bored, that this is something that you hold dominion over. It's like you're able to be bored and just still kind of like stay on the same path. Yeah, you have a lot of power within yourself, is what I'm feeling. You have a lot of power within yourself, also within your root somehow, is what I'm getting. So let's pull some tarot cards as well. I want to pull from this Wild Unknown deck today. Again, so many synchronicities with your card. Now I shuffled, so I can't show it to you, but there was just definitely something about letting go of the old masculine archetype for you. The Hellfire is what I'm hearing. So for some of you, you may resonate with this, that instead of like taking the path that would make you burn in hell, you chose to take the path that would connect you to kind of like the layer within our subconscious that is even deeper than the fiery hell, which I like to call like the frozen hell. It's a layer that is even deeper. And the way I see it is that within this realm is where the lost facets of our soul rests. This is where we can find our lost children, you know, the lost inner children that we weren't able to awaken when we were young because they weren't really mirrored by our authorities. And so they fell back to sleep. And so these aspects, they kind of, I see them as like resting in hell, in this frozen hell, and they're protected by Goddess Hell. So she's this very like potent, dark feminine energy. And she really hates kind of like the dicks, if I can say it like that, because that's how it often comes across as me, you know, people that are just dicks. They're kind of just out to get what they want, and they're kind of just out to push their seeds upon the world, but they don't really care about the world. It's like they're fallen, is what I'm hearing. Their consciousness is fallen. So Goddess Hell, she does not like this type of energy, and she's really here to protect the children, like the lost facets of our soul, from these energies. And so maybe this may resonate for you as well if you've gone through this type of journey. It's like you've been attacked by the shadow of other people a lot. And this has made you feel very insecure, and it's kind of taken your voice away. But I feel like you also have your own kind of shadow protectors, and Goddess Hell, it feels like she's one of them, and she has been guiding you to get away from these people that are not in mastery of their energy, that are not understanding, you know, their fuel at all. What can we get for this group of people? Three of Cups in reverse. Yeah, I feel like stepping away from all of the social gatherings, and that type of light-hearted energy. I feel like you might have put that on the back burner because you've been going deep. You also got the Hermit here. You've been going deep, and I'm hearing awakening your own power. And behind the deck was the Ten of Wands and the Chariot. I feel like you may not see it right now, but soon you're gonna see. Like I said, soon you're gonna see. Soon you're gonna come into some kind of new awakening. Yeah, I feel like for a lot of you, it's actually a second awakening. I'm hearing you made it through the abyss. Yeah, this definitely makes me want to cry because it's such a huge spiritual test that some of you have accomplished. I'm hearing you're part of the Ascended Masters. So this is like a big deal, but I don't feel like you have a lot of ego around this at all. Again, it's like you're not trying to to be so known on the surface. You want to do what's for the highest good of all. That's what I'm feeling. It just comes back to that. There's something about like you wouldn't be able to forgive yourself as well if you fell for this. It's almost like your soul. It's almost it feels like you would just, I don't know, it's weird this, but it just feels like life wouldn't be worth living for you if you were trapped in the old matrix. It just feels like it would just wither away somehow. That's what I'm getting. And so for you, it's like, it's only this way. Like, yeah, there's also, I'm having a trouble speaking because it's so much like opening and wanting to cry, and it's like taking my voice away. And so I don't know if you're going through that now, but it's some kind of, this is a beautiful opening for some of you. I'm hearing again, it's the rising sun. Like, it really feels like stepping into your throat chakra and starting to see now. It's almost like you've grown taller. Oh yeah, wow. You've grown taller than the shadow of humanity. And I'm hearing Heyoka. I think this is some kind of native Indian, I think that was a term that was used for native Indians when they grew taller than the shadow of their tribe. But it was typically only used for men. But here I feel that this is definitely also for, it's the feminine in what it feels like. It's the virgin is what I'm hearing with the hermit hair. It's the power of your womb. And I'm also hearing the power of your subconscious together with the chariot card. Wow. Yeah, I'm feeling that you're starting to see now, and you're starting to become so grateful for like yourself as well, like what you've chosen to do. If you've been through a difficult time, and I'm hearing years, then it's gonna start to get easier for you, and you're gonna be so grateful. That's what I'm getting. It's all gonna make sense. Let's see, anything else? Okay, so underneath the deck, Seven of Pentacles. You see, there's a change here. There's a shift now coming in. But then, yeah, and the Sun, wow, the Sun of Pentacles. So I feel like you've been in this position. This is when the shadow overtook you. This is when the shadow overtook you, I feel. To me, the Sun of Pentacles, it is the dark night. It's the dark night of the soul. It represents that. He's the only one with the dark horse. And it's when we face, like, should we like be an authority, like a spiritual protector of the land? Like, should we be in integrity? Should we align with our higher self? Or should we continue to just be greedy? And it's almost like the people that don't have the stamina to stand still and to face the dark night, they never reach that top of the mountain. The card in the beginning was the Holy Mountain. They never reach that ascended master status because, you know, they never face the dark night. And so then they just become the dark night unconsciously. I feel like you didn't fall for that trap. I'm hearing you stayed put. There was a card on the floor. Wow, the Fool in reverse. I feel like you've been in this zero state. I've done some videos about this in the past. I can link one of them up, or it's probably up here. If you want to know more about the zero state, but it's kind of like, I feel like the zero state, it's almost like it's the cosmic womb. It's when we step away fully from the old matrix, and when people in the matrix, they don't understand us all at all. They don't understand us at all. Can't speak then. I can't even speak now. But it's something about that. It's like, because when you're in this state, it's like what you're experiencing is beyond words. It's impossible to explain. It's the 0 point. And people will see you as a 0 if they don't have access to the cosmic womb within themselves. Because again, they don't understand. For some of you, this is pending. It's like you're still building. With the 7 of Pentacles, you're still being tested. You're still, again, it's like you're still choosing whether you want to be like a proper spiritual authority, like an ascended master, or whether it's like you kind of fall for the greed of the old matrix. And it's not about good and bad. That's not what I'm getting. It's not any type of morality. I'm feeling just a lot of love coming for you, for who's ever watching. You're worthy no matter what. It just determines the quality of your life. That's what I'm getting. And also the length of your life is what I'm getting, because it's almost like I'm feeling that the earth is under a lot of pressure right now. And so if she can't handle it, if she can't handle the dicks anymore, it's almost like she's gonna move, and she's gonna make changes to make sure that those energies, they fall off. And so if there's a lot of people still clinging to those energies, they will experience, I'm hearing actually starvation, which is kind of weird. I guess the dark night can also mean starvation. I'm feeling that now. Yeah, and also with the Seven of Pentacles, in the Rider-Waite, it's like this, it's like the crop that fails. I'm hearing like almost like this very ancient voice. It feels like almost like a tree spirit, just saying like these cycles of, I don't remember exactly what it said now, but it was talking about these cycles. So like, I'm hearing shedding the snake skin, like that they have always been present on earth, that sometimes, there's just like really bad years where we lose a lot of people because they can't stand still, like they can't tune in. They're not able to receive from the feminine. They just want to, again, they're dicks. They just want to put their seeds out, but they're not able to actually receive and adapt, is what I'm hearing. Okay, so let's pull. I'm hearing 2 more times, okay. I didn't want to make it too long, but I'm just going to do what the guidance says. 4 of Wands in reverse, and then 2 of Swords in reverse, and then the Magician. So what is this about here? I'm also seeing it like this. So the 6 of Pentacles and then the Emperor in reverse picking through here. There's something about facing, I feel like for a lot of you right now, and maybe that's why this energy of hell, goddess hell, was so close. And I want to say closed as well, with the circle that she's protecting you, because it's like you're facing Satan, is what I'm hearing. It's kind of like the shadow of God is how I'm seeing it as right now. It's almost like the things that the people that label themselves as light, the things that they're not able to take ownership of within their own kind of like shadow, the things that are scares them too much, makes them too fearful. Because a lot of the times people that are religious, it's morality is their thing. Like it is about being good. It is about kind of like winning and being better and doing the right thing. But it feels like from the perspective of people that I'm reading for here, you're not necessarily like that. You're more seeing that the cycles on earth changes, and so what is good isn't set in one form. It changes according to the environment. The qualities that are good will change according to where you are, what is needed of you in that environment, in that time, in that era, if that makes sense. And so I feel like you're facing that Satan, which is then the things that have been, it's just like the judgment, basically. It's the judgment of the people that put themselves in power because they think that they are better than others. It's like they let themselves speak and speak and speak and judge and judge and judge because they never tune in to the subconscious. I feel like you're so the opposite. This group of people, it feels like you're very considerate, you're very deep, you're very tuned in to the collective subconscious. You know, you're very tuned into karma as well. You're definitely some, like, you can read people's energy. You could be a guide for people, help them see their shadow, help them connect to their light. And now you're facing some kind of test in regards to that shadow, one of the deepest parts of the shadow. But I'm hearing you don't fear it because you know what it is. I'm hearing you don't believe in fairy tales. You're standing on the earth. There's something with, like, you're grounded. You have some experience. You've been so tested, is what I'm hearing. You've been through the shit. For some of you, I'm also hearing you've been eating shit for years, like that you've just been eating other people's shit because it's like, but it's been a part of your journey, you learning how to digest and kind of build the strength of your stomach. And I'm hearing your heart. Okay, let's pull one more time. I'm also hearing your powers are soon to be revealed to you. Oh, interesting. Four of Pentacles. There's something about you have to be a closed circuit, though. Is that it? Yeah. And then underneath the deck was the Six of Cups in reverse. There's something about the roots and the tree. Yeah, I just feel, wow, it's, and behind the Six of Cups was the Ace of Swords, no, I mean the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Swords. Yeah, and the Three of Pentacles. Look at this, like the mountain. So I feel like this, like I said, you're definitely working with these realms of hell. Like I said, Satan as well, I feel like he probably resides like in that burning hell. But again, Goddess Hell is deeper. She goes deeper, so she kind of has more power than Satan. And I feel like, and of course now I'm talking about this as kind of like entities that we meet through our subconscious, and like, and personally I don't see these entities, these energies as real. You know, I see them more as these are forces, you know, energetic forces that can kind of lead to behaviors that kind of influence reality. And so by doing the spiritual work, we learn to connect to these forces, and we see them like in a fairy tale, at least I do, in the subconscious. They come through as characters. You know, it's what movies are made of, right? This type of sacred vision. But I don't see it as real, and I'm saying that because it helps also to be more empowered, I'm getting. For some of you, you might need to not be so fearful. And again, maybe step a bit away from religion and those types of roots, and more towards nature is what I'm getting for some of you. It's going to help you to be less fearful of what you see in the dark. But I don't know. I think I might come back to this. And do a follow-up on this read, because it feels like this is where this group of people is at right now. You have gone through a lot. You have done so much. You're very close to, again, being closed is what I'm hearing. It keeps coming through. You're very close to kind of also opening up into your throat chakra and having this kind of second awakening. But there feels like there is one final test that has to do with like that shadow of the masculine, Satan, basically. But again, it's like the dark feminine is there to help you. I feel like you have access to those guides. Also, nature, like the tree spirit came through. You have, again, guides that wants to help you to become less fearful and more in your power. So make use of it because you're on a really good path there. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.